Hello achievers. So, as you all know that your mock board test gonna start. So today we'll be discussing with the biology 2019 question paper. That was the previous question paper. We'll be solving it. So let's just not waste the time. Let's get started. Your first question is a part, that is layer of eyeball that provide nourishment. As we have just find out the chapter, that is eye, and in that I told you that the part that of the eyeball that provides the nourishment to the eye is the choroid layer. Let's not just make it so deep or a brief discussion because it is just a solution part. So I'll be not explaining you again with the parts of the eyes. So just remember that choroid is the layer which provides the nourishment, and the question may come that which part is get donated. The cornea is the part which get donated. Cornea, if you remember, the sclera layer that bulges out and make a transparent part of the eye, that is the cornea, right? Which helps to diffuse the oxygen, that provide the oxygen to the eye. Now, gaseous compound that depletes the ozone layer. Which is the gaseous compound जो ozone layer को deplete करती है? I know we have not started with the chapter, but yes, we'll soon be coming on that. But it is just a solution, so I'll be telling you. As you have already learnt about pollution and ozone layer, stratosphere, you know that ozone layer is at the stratosphere layer and how it is getting depleted by some harmful gases which the human uses releasing. One of that compound is chlorofluorocarbon, जिसे हम CFC भी बोलते हैं, right? Next is the structure which connects the placenta to the fetus. This question is from the reproduction chapter that we will be discussing the human reproductive parts, and in that when we'll come to the female body, जिसमें after fertilization the zygote get developed into embryo and embryo get developed into fetus. Now this fetus get embedded in the wall of the female uterus and that get attached to the placenta which provides the nourishment to the growing embryo, and that placenta and fetus is attached with the umbilical cord. There is a cord known as umbilical cord, so it connects the placenta with the fetus. Now pair of chromosomes similar in shape and size. We have already studied in the chromosome chapter that with the chromosome which are same in shape and size, जो same shape और size में same होते हैं, those chromosomes are known as homologous chromosome, जो different two parents से आते हैं, right? Now hemoglobin combines with carbon dioxide. Hemoglobin, the red color pigment which is present in your red blood cell, that help to transport the oxygen. राइट इसकी सबसे ज्यादा एफिनिटी, मैंने आपको बताया था कि इसकी सबसे ज्यादा दोस्ती एफिनिटी किसके साथ होती है? कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड के साथ, देन ऑक्सीजन के साथ, देन कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड के साथ. और हमने इसकी कंपाउंड पे डिस्कस किए थे दैट कंबाइन होने के बाद वो क्या बनाता है. लाइक हीमोग्लोबिन अगर ऑक्सीजन के साथ कंबाइन होता तो वो कार्बो ऑक्सी हीमोग्लोबिन बनाता, बट here the question is hemoglobin combines with carbon dioxide, then it will form carboamino hemoglobin. So we'll be discussing the B question now. So your B question is you have to just correct the statement. It is there कि you have to rewrite the statement because they have given a wrong statement and they have already underlined the word which has to be corrected, right? So there is theory of inheritance of acquired characters. Is correct answer is Jean-Baptiste Lamarck, but here they have given the Watson and Crick. As you all know, Watson and Crick has given the double helix model of DNA. Here they have given the DNA, not the theory of inheritance of acquired characters. Although this is not the part of syllabus this year because it is from the evolution chapter. This is omitted from your syllabus, but I'm just giving you an example. Like they have given theory of inheritance of acquired character given by Watson and Crick, but it is not correct answer. Correct answer is Jean-Baptiste Lamarck. You just have to rewrite the statement with the correct answer. Next is amnion is the protective layer around the embryo. When the fertilized gametes form the zygote develop into embryo. तो embryo के चारों तरफ there is a protective layer. That protective layer is known as amnion. But they have given that pericardium is that layer. But all of you must be aware that pericardium is the layer which surrounds the heart, as we have discussed in the circulatory chapter, that pericardium surrounds the heart. Next is balance of body is maintained by cerebellum. I have written the correct answer, but they have given that it is cerebrum. So it is not cerebrum. Cerebrum is the point of intelligence, memory, subconscious mind, right? So cerebellum is that part which is which maintain the balance of body. As I have given you the example, like alcoholic person, how they walk, it is because the alcohol has affected their cerebellum part, right? हमने क्लास में डिस्कस किया था alcoholic person का एग्जाम्पल. सो बैलेंस आपकी बॉडी का क्या मेंटेन कौन मेंटेन करता है? cerebellum. Next is kidney consist of nephron. Here they have given neuron. But as you all are aware, neuron is the structural and functional unit of your nervous system, not the kidney or the excretory system. This question may have come in a way कि would dash is the structural and functional unit of kidney or excretory system. That will be the nephron. Nephron is why? Because it filter out the blood and it filters out waste from the blood, right? Next is the part of the eye which is donated. I have already told you कि जो आपकी आई का पार्ट जो डोनेट किया जाता है दैट इज कॉर्निया. हेयर उन्होंने क्या दिया हुआ था? रेटिना. रेटिना वाज रिटन बट रेटिना इज नॉट द करेक्ट आंसर. द करेक्ट आंसर इज कॉर्निया. कॉर्निया इज दैट पार्ट विच गेट डोनेटेड. सो विल बी डिस्कसिंग द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चंस. So the question number C is that we have to give reason. There are some statements given and we have to provide them a valid reason. So the first question in the C part is that what is the reason behind the increased birth rate? This question is from the population chapter. These are the basic chapter that you have already done in your junior classes also. So what the basic reason is that in India the medical facilities have been improved. There are many medical inventions that has led to the improved condition of the birth rate. So second question is what will happen if we inhale the carbon monoxide? Already told you that this question has been repeated many times and will maybe it is a 95% chances that it will be repeated again. So I told you that always remember hemoglobin is the red color pigment which is present in your RBC, right? So RBC have the affinity, strongest affinity with carbon monoxide, then it has with the oxygen, then it has with the carbon dioxide. So when it comes to the competition of carbon monoxide and oxygen, it will definitely choose the carbon monoxide. So carbon monoxide will be inhaled. That means what will happen? There will be dissociation in the binding of oxygen with the hemoglobin. Hemoglobin and oxygen will be dissociated because hemoglobin would like to go with the carbon monoxide. अब जैसे ही हमारी बॉडी में कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड ज्यादा होगा and oxygen will be dissociated with the hemoglobin, that means oxygen level come and carbon monoxide will be more. That means we'll be not having the enough oxygen, and you all know that for survival we need the oxygen. So the oxygen level will go down and eventually it may cause the death of a person. The question has came in 2020 that why a person get dead when he was around the chimney and there is no ventilated room. So that the reason was the carbon monoxide. So this is how you will write the answer. Carbon monoxide has greater affinity with the hemoglobin. Hence when it get inhaled, it dissociates the binding of oxygen with the hemoglobin and reduces its level in the body. Now, they have put on a question कि if excessive fertilizer has been added into the soil, तो why the root get drooped? वो root क्यों flaccid हो गई? क्यों वो shrink हो गई, सिकुड़ गई? It means तो क्यों वो ड्रूप हो गई या क्यों वो श्रिंक हो गई? What was the reason? Actually, जैसे ही हम एक्सेस फर्टिलाइजर को सॉइल के अंदर डालेंगे तो एक हाइपरटोनिक कंडीशन डेवलप हो जाएगी. You have heard about hypertonic, hypotonic and isotonic. I have already explained you many times what is this. So the solute level outside the root is high and water content is low, and water content inside the root is high. That means water from inside will move to the outside, that is towards the lower concentration. That means what will happen? Exoosmosis. Excessive fertilizer added, It means which condition arises? Hypertonic. If hypertonic condition arises, that means exoosmosis, यानी कि सेल के बाहर मूवमेंट विल बी देयर. सो इसकी वजह से रूट क्या हो गई? फ्लैसिड रूट, राइट. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज एसिड रेन. Acid rain. Why acid rain? How acid rain is harmful to the environment? The valid reason will be, as you have learned about acid rain, what happened to the harmful oxides formed, and it comes in the form of rain, and it may also peel out the paint also, right? हमने पढ़ा है कि ताजमहल का जो मार्बल है white getting yellow just because of the acid rain, because it peel out the paint. Next is acid rain. See what is actually happening. Acid rain जैसी सॉइल में सीप आउट होती है तो वो जो न्यूट्रिएंट्स है लाइक कैल्शियम, मैग्नीशियम, इन सबको डिसॉल्व कर देती है जो प्लांट के ग्रोथ के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं. तो उनको डिसॉल्व करती है तो न्यूट्रिएंट्स जो है वो सॉइल को प्लांट को नहीं मिल पाते. मोर ओवर वो एल्यूमिनियम को रिलीज करेगी सॉइल के अंदर, जिसकी वजह से जो वाटर अपटेक है प्लांट का वो कम हो जाता है. तो यू कैन राइट कि एसिड रेन सीप इनटू द सॉइल एंड दे मे डिसॉल्व द न्यूट्रिएंट दैट इज नीड. दैट इज हाउ द एनवायरनमेंट गेट इफेक्टेड. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. So your next question number D is that you have to match the column. Actually, I want to tell you one thing. यहाँ B column में they have given more than these 5 options, and you have to, they have stated कि you have to match with the most suitable answer. So यहाँ पर ज़्यादा आपको आंसर मिलेंगे options, लेकिन आपको बहुत केयरफुल होकर लॉजिकली सोचकर तब आंसर टिक करना है. First is given cranial nerves. Cranial nerves, the nerves which arises from your cranium, that means brain से जो arise होते हैं. These are 12 pairs in number, as we have already discussed in class. And spinal nerves. Spinal nerves कितने pair? 31 pairs जो आपके spinal cord से arise होती है. Next, Leydig cell. Leydig cells are present in testosterone, which help in the formation of sperms in the male. Right? So next is sneezing. This is a part of the reproductive chapter. We will be discussing it. Next is sneezing. Sneezing एक natural reflex है, as we have already discussed that what is the difference between the acquired and the natural. Acquired that you learn in your lifetime, and natural reflexes are those which you don't learn in the lifetime, but they are inbuilt, right? So sneezing, nobody tells you how to sneeze. चीखना कैसे ही आपको कोई नहीं बताता है. इट इज जस्ट अ नेचुरल रिफ्लेक्स. नेक्स्ट इज एसिटाइलकोलिन. I have already discussed it when we were discussing about the nervous system. That time I told you the one neuron axon attaches with the dendrite of another neuron and it makes a synapse. That time when there is a exchange of electrical impulse into chemical impulse, तो उस टाइम पे एक chemical जो synapse में present होता है, that is acetylcholine, that is known as the neurotransmitter. It is known as the neurotransmitter. Next is tick the correct answer. When we come to the tick the correct answer, it is that you have been given the options and you have to tick the correct one. So when it comes to the where doctor press to check the pulse, when we go to the doctor, he presses your wrist, एंड उस रिस्ट पे वो क्या प्रेस करता है. आई टोल्ड यू दैट इट इज द सुपरफिशियल आर्टरी. आर्टरीज वैसे सबफिशियल होती हैं, अंदर अरेंज होती हैं, बट इन द रिस्ट रीजन देयर इज अ सुपरफिशियल आर्टरी है. तो डॉक्टर जहां पर प्रेस कर रखता है दैट इज आर्टरी. Next is on which day of menstruation ovulation take place. Ovulation is the releasing of the egg. So in female menstruation takes place, that we'll be discussing in the reproduction chapter. तो ओव्यूलेशन जो एग रिलीजिंग डे है वो कौन से डे होता है? 14th डे में एग रिलीज होता है, राइट. नेक्स्ट इज मेल हैज. वी हैव डिस्कस इन द क्रोमोसोम चैप्टर कि मेल हैज 2 kind of chromosome, that is X and Y. All autosomal are 22 and one is the sex pair, that is 23rd pair of chromosome. Female has same X and X chromosome, but male has the X and Y chromosome. Next is which do not affect the transpiration. In this we have discussed कि wind speed affect the temperature, surface area affect the temperature, outside environment affect the transpiration, but age of a plant do not decide the rate of transpiration. Then muscular wall is absent in. We have discussed three type of blood vessel: arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries and veins both have the three layers, that is interna, externa, and media layer. But this capillary have simple squamous epithelium wall. There is no muscular wall present in it. So capillary will be the right answer. Let's discuss next question.